Oh yeah, sorry about almost crashing into your car last night, brother.
Did
I
you?
honestly, well, I came pretty dang close to your car. I honestly didn't see you there until after I had backed up.
Welcome back to Barf City, episode 60. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin.
Sorry about being gone for a week. I had guests at my house, everyone. So we skipped a week.
So we skipped.
I mean, we did.
Yeah, you said you had like what, 8 people at your house or something like
Yeah, so I had three friends of mine came down. So it was me, my wife, my two roommates. That made seven people in the house. Plus their dog, my three cats. It was 2 weeks of chaos, but it was fun.
that?
Fun chaos.
Yeah,
Because sometimes chaos can be fun.
yeah. Sometimes it is, as long as it's not long term.
Right.
Oh yeah, sorry about almost crashing into your car last night, brother.
Did
I
you?
honestly, well, I came pretty dang close to your car. I honestly didn't see you there until after I had backed up.
I mean, I did, pull around, move forwards without my lights on.
Yeah.
So like,
I didn't know you had already made it around yet. I thought you were still pulling around. So when I was backing up, I didn't know you were already there. And
oh no,
so,
I don't fuck around, man. When I'm
yeah,
driving, I move.
yeah, I figured you were still looping around. So, because I figured you might want my spot, and I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and back up because he probably wants my spot. And then next thing I know, I look over, I'm like, oh crap, he's right there. I was literally just
Yeah.
like not that far away from your car.
Well,
And
because
I wasn't even looking either, really, or at least not over that area. So,
yeah, I mean, I figured I got off at 6 this morning, so I was like, I'd park behind, you know,
oh yeah, that way the next person can just,
go into the spot you're in, and I wouldn't have to like have
yeah,
them move out my way, or they would
yeah,
have to move
don't
their
have to play the
vehicle.
loop around game again. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's also why I just pulled up behind. I don't want to say our coworkers' names all the time
yeah,
because I don't know how they feel about their names being on the podcast.
yeah. You pulled up behind, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, yeah. To the viewers, yeah, we all know what each other's doing on the weekend. We're working extra.
Yeah, I'm about to go into work soon myself.
Yep. Gotta do a quick podcast, go to work, and then you can be lazy tomorrow.
Yeah. So besides working, what else have you done this weekend?
Absolutely not shit. Besides, rearrange my house a little bit after the guests left, and then I've been basically watching YouTube videos and just straight up going brain dead. I've been watching I got back into watching Nuke's top five uh haunted and paranormal stuff.
Oh, okay.
I love his channel. It's fucking great.
Excuse me.
Great YouTuber. Uh but I just put on his videos and just watch a little bit. Just zone out.
I hadn't really done much of anything. I hung out with my kids a little bit yesterday, and then um, I napped a little bit before going into work, and that was about it, really. So,
Yeah. We're gonna be boring people for like 6 weeks.
yeah. I, I know I kept watching, I was watching like a lot of drama shows, like Asian drama shows on my phone, and every time like who kept walking behind me. I didn't know, I'm like, I don't remember him ever wandering around like that in the guard shack. He would keep getting up and keep like walking behind me, and it would make me paranoid. So I would pause my show and sit there and be like, what are you doing? Like, what are you standing behind me for? It'd make me paranoid.
Yeah. Me
Mhm.
and we were talking about that last night, how apparently he's been doing more of that stuff, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe he was trying to keep himself awake, but
Yeah. I mean, once you get to a certain age, those overnight shifts are
yeah.
hard as fuck.
I just don't remember him ever doing that. Or at least, I mean, like sometimes he would walk behind me to get something, like that was fine. But like sometimes he would just walk behind me and then just go stand over there. And I'm like, what are you doing? And it would like weird me out. And then, like I said, I would get paranoid because I'm sitting there watching a show and I'm like, I don't like, I don't really like people standing over me when I'm watching something. So, mm,
Yeah, because like even if it's not something like risque, it's
yeah.
still like I'm
I
trying to
mean,
watch something and somebody on my
yeah.
back, I'm like, I don't want to hear like a scene happen, and they're like, why the fuck you watching that shit?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't watching anything like dirty, but like, there was some stuff in there I didn't know how he'd feel about it, so I didn't know like if I wanted him to see
Yeah.
it. So
Well,
I was
like,
like, I'll just pause it.
yeah, because I've watched shows up there, and it's like they'll do a kissing scene or something, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate when drivers show because I'm like, cover, pause my screen, completely make it go black
And then
screen.
they're just like locked. Yeah, that's happened to me
And
a few
I
times.
know doing that makes it look like I'm actually watching something bad, but
Yeah.
like,
It's like sort of a something taken out of context. Yeah. So
yeah.
I remember I paused, this was a long time ago. I paused one of my videos and I was watching a Bold and the Beautiful. And it was during a scene where they were all sitting by the swimming pool, so they were in bathing suits. And it paused right at the part where it showed like a bunch of guys sitting there shirtless. And the yard drover who came up and he was like, "Wow, what are you watching there?" And I was like, "It's nothing bad." I was like, "They're swimming."
Because, dude, like, I've gotten some awkward pauses
Yeah.
on fucking shows. And there for a long time, for some reason, like, I was watching Dragon Ball GT. My
Yeah.
cousin had the whole box, this set. And we were watching it, and I don't know why. Oh my fucking God. Almost every time I paused it for us to go do something or to go to the bathroom, I paused it on a fucking crotch shot. Every fucking time watching that show. I was like, why? What? What is this? So I'd literally like play a couple seconds just to get past the cross shot and pause
That's
it
what I was
again.
about to say. I've done that a few times. Pause and it looks kind of
Uh,
like a weird pause, so I'll kind of quickly play it for a second and then pause it again so it's not
yeah.
weird. Yeah. A crotch shot, yeah. Like what the heck?
Awkward pauses, man. I've had people be like, "Were you watching gay porn?" Because I had two guys, they were face to face. They're actually going to get in a fight.
Looking like they're about to kiss, yeah.
Yeah, they were about to actually fight,
Yeah.
but when I paused it, the way I paused it, it looked like they were about to start making out. And
Like,
like,
what are you watching there, Eric? Yeah.
and I was watching, those old martial arts shows or whatever, older
Yeah.
fighting shows, how every guy in the fight would take off their shirt.
Yeah.
So you just had two shirtless guys like faces inches from
Yeah.
each other.
Doing the stand down, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like
oh
no.
wow. Yeah, I've had a few truck drivers say, like, don't watch that stuff at work, Kevin. You wait till you get home.
Oh
Don't
my
say I'm like, oh my God,
God.
it's nothing bad.
Yeah, I can't remember the truck driver. I didn't see him in a while, but he came in a few times, and he's every time he come in, he's like, "Don't be watching that porno up here at work, boy." Like I'm not watching porn at work. Uh, yeah, I've actually just stopped watching anything but YouTube videos at work half the time if I watch anything.
Yeah,
And most of that is like either video game stuff or music videos or songs.
yeah.
Because like if I pause it, I and now I gotta be careful
Oh, excuse
because
me.
my friend she has the YouTube Premium family plan and she had two extra slots, so she added me and my wife on it.
Hmm.
So I keep forgetting because normally, when I would just hit the button on my phone to make it go black, it paused the YouTube video because I didn't have the premium. Now, if I just do that, it still plays in the background.
Yeah.
So I go to, hit the button, make my screen go black, and I'm like, ah, shit, it's still fucking playing. I gotta unlock my screen. Like, I gotta get used to premium. I ain't had it in forever. No more ads for me. Thank you, my lovely friend.
What do you
But
do
yeah,
with your mouth?
oh, I was
Your avatar just started doing like some weird stuff. Of course, mine's not any better. I keep swaying my hair around for some reason.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Coming off of the last episode, that's gonna be someone's earworm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. With my hair back. I haven't heard that song since I was like
Right.
probably in my early 20s. Yeah, I guess because that's when it was popular.
Hmm. Uh,
I was actually rethinking my list from the last episode too, and I was sitting thinking, I was like, I'm honestly surprised I didn't pick more songs from like the early 2010s because I have a lot of songs from that like period of time, like 2012, 13, 14, and like that I like loved so much. I actually have a lot of nostalgia about music during that time period, and
yeah.
I was like, why did I not pick songs from that era? I just didn't even think about it. So I'm
For
like, maybe
me,
sometime in the future we should make a part two or something, and I add
yeah,
those.
maybe.
Mm.
Uh, do most earworm songs of decades
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because like for me, the reason I didn't pick really 2010s
Hmm.
is because most time I think 2010s, I think Black Eyed Peas
Yeah.
and all them, because like those were the catchy fucking songs, like boom, 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 I got that boom, or I got a feeling, ooh.
That tonight's gonna be the good night. Yeah. Yeah, Black Eyed Peas did get really popular during that time. They were already popular before that, but they got even more
Yeah,
popular then. So,
because like
mm.
I actually honestly prefer the 2000s songs they have out a lot more.
Yeah, it kind of depends. I kind of like their 90s stuff, admittedly, but I like their when they went through the little dance music phase. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, 90s and 2000s, whatever. Like their 2010s just started getting repetitive to me.
yeah.
That became really
I
weird.
like dance music, so I'm a little biased toward that. But if I had to pick a favorite era for them, I would say probably 90s. So is my favorite of Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. Yeah, if I think 2010s, I'm gonna think Black Eyed Peas. When the change that Panic at the Disco went through, and same with Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Um, Especially Sugar by Maroon 5.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if that's 2010s or earlier. I
That
can't
would
remember.
have been 2010s, yeah. So,
But
yeah. Yeah, Maroon 5, yeah, they were really freaking popular in the 2010s. So,
yeah, they were popular-ish in the 2000s,
yeah,
and then
they
they
were.
went from that more alternative rockiness sound
Hmm.
to a more pop rock,
Hmm.
and then they went into pop, like uh moves like Mick Jagger, what is it? Girls like you run around with guys like me.
Yeah.
This is gonna come into Earworm Part 2 immediately. God. That's the problem with mentioning music, is it can spiral so much. Like,
Yeah, I think that was my problem creating that list in general is I was kind of my brain was going all over the place when I was trying to think of songs that were
yeah,
catchy to me. I was just like, man, there's just I could go so many ways with this, you know, and that's just kind of the way I went. My brain sort of went 70s and because I guess I was thinking more long term, but yeah, it wasn't until
yeah.
like Friday or something like it was it clicked in my head when I was thinking about the episode. I was like, man, I didn't pick like any songs from the 2000 and early 2010s. I was like, there's so many songs that I was like obsessed with during that time. So,
Yeah, like
but
even when I
maybe it's
pulled up that,
because they don't pop in my head much anymore. I mean, sometimes they do, but I don't know. So,
yeah, 2010s for me was like weird. Also, I guess it doesn't help that I was drinking all the time and doing pills, but like 2010s kind of went, "Meow."
No, that was actually a pretty slow down time for me because I loved being in my early 20s so much. So
It was the 2000s that was so slow for me.
yeah, 2000s was pretty slow for me too, but yeah, there was a
Like,
huge slowdown in 2010s or
like,
well,
I,
early 2010s.
yeah, like I was a teenager in the 2000s, and I was a child, I was a little child in the 90s. But the 90s, I barely remember much in the 90s,
Yeah.
except for like, a few major memory things. And then the 2000s, I remember almost everything that I did in my teenage years
Yeah.
in the 2000s. And then the first like few years of my young adulthood were just so quick. And it probably didn't help that I was moving constantly and just like trying to figure out what I wanted to do in my life.
Yeah.
And, of course, partying all the time, traveling, and all that shit.
See, mine was
And then,
opposite. That was when I became super religious. So, but I
yeah,
still, that's not why it was fun for me. I had a lot of fun just kind of hanging out with my friends. I got married young and so I kind of became friends with her friends, and then we were all hanging out all the time. So I was just having a blast. So in my
yeah,
religion.
you got out of school and immediately pulled off the highway.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
I'm like, oh no, I'm hitting the Autobahn. Like, I'm, going off the rails in a crazy train on the highway to hell, kind of shit.
Yeah. Of course, once we had kids, all that went away. No one wanted to really hang out with us anymore. You have kids, and now they're like, everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're good. Yeah, you can't really have fun anymore because you're stuck at home with your kids."
Yeah. And then there's me. I'm like, yeah, I've already done all my too much partying. I don't like
Yeah.
people no more. I don't have kids as an excuse.
Yeah.
I can't be like, oh, well, I gotta watch my kid, blah blah blah. I can't go out. Sorry, guys. My excuse is now I'm just like I'm the asshole who's just never wants to just because I don't want to. I have no excuses.
Oh, that's me too. I mean, I have kids, but like I live by myself. They don't live with me, and so there's many times I could go out
Yeah,
and hang out with people, like some of my friends during the day, but I'd never do. I just
and
stay
there's
at home because I'm don't want to go anywhere.
yeah, and it's also like you can't really use them as much of an excuse considering they're both about to be fully teenagers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's
it's like
different when
they're
they're
old
little.
enough to go out, stay with a friend or something. You can go, have them go and stay a night with their friends, and you can come out.
Yeah,
Because
but
when
I
they're
still
like,
don't. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause when they're little, you're like, I don't have no, I can't get a babysitter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No babysitter, can't do it.
Yeah, but once they're like 13 to 16, oh, 13 and up, honestly, because
Yeah.
most kids at 13 can be a couple hours by themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know today's age, but like, growing up for us, 13 was fine to sit at your house.
Heck, when I was a kid, I was left at home quite often when I was like 8, 9 years old. I wouldn't recommend that today, but yeah, I mean, when I was
Yeah.
a kid, as my mom was okay with as long as I stayed inside the house. She didn't want me like wandering around by myself at the
hmm
like if no one was home. But yeah, if no one was home, I just stayed inside the house and she was fine with that. So
Yeah, when before I was a teenager, the one place that I was fine, my mom was really fine at leaving me,
yeah,
was when we stayed in an apartment complex because it was, on the edge of town. It was sealed off to itself.
yeah.
So when they left me alone, I just had free run of this massive, apartment complex area that had all this grassland and stuff and a pool and the manager's off house and stuff. So like she was okay with me, in like sixth and seventh grade running amok around
Oh yeah, yeah.
there. But or before that, like fifth grade, partial part of sixth grade, we lived on a farm. So like
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you live out in a real rural area, that is definitely a little different. So
yeah, my kid's fine. He might he's fine. He can run around the fields.
yeah.
Even though I've passed out in the fields, woken up freezing cold.
Yeah. I remember one time me and my sister were visiting our dad and we got lost in the woods one time just wandering around in the woods and we couldn't figure out our way back. took us like over an hour to find our way back to the house.
Damn.
Yeah, and no one even knew. No one ever knew that we were lost because, it was just normal for us, kids go outside,
Yeah.
play, and you just didn't see them for several hours, so they just didn't think nothing about it. So, mm,
Yeah. The only time I think my mom ever got overly worried because I was gone, it's like it was almost dark and I still hadn't
yeah,
came back.
yeah. Now
And it was
that
on a
would be a
weekend.
different, yeah,
And and it was me and Jay, we went out to walk around on the farm because he lived just up the road a bit, but
hmm
he was staying at my house. And we decided to just walk around. The town we were in is the problem with the town we're in that we were at the time is everything is stretched out along this one just basically little 2-lane highway in a sense. There
yeah,
was nothing there in the town. And so like if you were on one side of the bridge, you could walk across the street to the gas station or to the park. But once you're on our side of the bridge, until you get past the farm that I lived on, there was no actual houses except for right on the road. And then you get like I think it was like 4 or 5 blocks away because the farm we were on wasn't a big farm. And then you turn off the side roads, and then you have little cul-de-sacs and all that. So the kids that lived over there kind of stayed over there and hung out with each other, and the kids that are on that side of the bridge, the other side of the bridge, hung out at the park or whatever. They could walk all around there perfectly
yeah,
fine. But where me and Jay were, the only way to get on the other side is going through the safely because I mean it's just one 2-lane highway that goes onto a bridge, no walking path. So the only way to get over there to go to the park was to cut through woods. Only safe way to do it. So we decided we're going to go out and venture to that. We end up getting on the far end of town, past the park, almost like you're getting ready to leave the town after going through the creek and all that. They found us barefooted, holding our shoes because they're all muddy and wet. At like I said, almost at the exit of town. We had gotten lost out there.
jeez,
Jay almost drowned me
oh, jeez,
because that's when I found out he couldn't swim. We were
oh,
walking through the creek and we both just hit a like extra like, deep enough because like the
hmm
fifth
like a
fifth grade
drop
I
or
was
whatever.
I
Yeah,
was about I want to say 5'6", 5'7".
hmm
I was already taller than my mom, who's like 5'5",
hmm
and Jay was about the same height. And I mean, we went under. It was just that deep out of nowhere.
yeah. It just kind of drops off there.
And so I kicked off. I always loved to swim. My mom taught me how to swim from a very early age.
Yeah,
And as soon as I breached the water, Jay flops up, grabs me, freaking the fuck out, throws me back underwater. I flip. I get steep enough that I do a flip underwater, and I come up back up to gasping for air, and he's over on the side of the creek, just like you motherfucker, you about killed me.
yeah, that happens when people panic in water. They don't think, they just start grabbing onto people and other stuff,
Yeah,
and yeah.
and that's how I found out he couldn't swim. Like I wish I knew that ahead of time.
Yeah, like if you can't swim, don't go that far out in the water. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I mean, granted, we didn't know it was going to drop like that, but if I had known ahead of time, once it did drop, I would have known how to react.
yeah,
But you don't know how to react, and your buddy just runs over the top of your head basically to get on shore
yeah.
out of the blue.
Yeah, I knew how to swim at a pretty young age, but I wasn't very good at it, admittedly, in spite of the fact that I swam so much.
Hmm.
So I just never went to the now I never swam in like creeks and stuff like that because that kind of grosses me out. Even when I was a kid, that grossed me out. But when I was like in the pool, like I just avoided the deep end, even though I could swim in the deep end. I just kind of avoided it because I was just too worried that maybe something might happen. And finally, when I got older, a lot of it was probably just fear, really. But finally, when I
Yeah,
got older, I got brave enough to go over there more often. So
yeah. Like, and then the next few years for me, besides the apartment complex, we lived in the main, like, bigger city. And so I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Then we moved back to one of the small towns that I grew up at, you know. And at that point, I'm already 15 years old, and mom's like, just come back before the fucking lights come on. I don't care.
See, once I hit that age, I really didn't have much of an interest in going outside anymore. I hung out in my room most of the time. And by then most of my friends we all had our own phone. Well, I didn't have my own phone, but I used my mom's phone. And most of them had their own phone by then. So we would just all talk on the phone and I just hang out in my room. And that's how I hung out with my friends after school. So except on weekends, sometimes we go to each other's houses, but that's a little different. But
Nah, man, I was the type of kid that I used study hall to do all my homework immediately before getting off out of school that day. And as soon as I was out of school, me and my buddy Nathan would walk to our houses. His house was like just right before mine. So
yeah,
he'd cut off to his, and I continued walking about 6, 7 blocks down to mine.
yeah.
And I put my stuff up. And if my mom was home, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to hang out with Nathan. All my homework's done. Gone. Sun starts to come down. If I wasn't going to stay at Nathan's house, I would just immediately go home. And if I was, I'd use Nathan's mom's phone, call my mom, and be like, hey, I'm staying over at Nathan's. Or hell, if I had actually planned on staying at Nathan's house beforehand, I wouldn't even come home. I would just walk straight to Nathan's house. We'd all put up, we put our stuff up in his room. I'd immediately call my mom, be like, "Hey, staying at Nathan's," and just we'd run around.
Yeah.
But that's the advantage of living in a town that only had like 1,200 people.
Yeah.
But we still, even with Nathan and my buddy Andrew, like we still ran the creeks and shit, ran all over town. Like it's funny that the town only had 1,200 people, but I swear they counted the cats and dogs because I didn't see that where near that many people.
It's like, where are
But
all
it
these
was,
people? Yeah.
and it was so spread out of a town. Like it was
Yeah.
small population wise, but
Yeah.
size wise, like actual town
Yeah.
wasn't actually that small.
Right. Kind of vast, but not a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we could just walk anywhere.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. If we weren't playing video games or anything or whatever, we were just out raising hell. That's when I got my country boy phase.
Country
It's
boy face.
not a phase, mom. But
It's just a
uh
face. It's
yeah.
not a face.
Like I guess I've always been more like I guess technical terms I would have been I'm closer to a country boy than anything, even though I don't do country stuff anymore.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah, you know.
that was the age where I started pulling away from more country stuff. I was never that heavily into other than the country music. I was never really that heavily into that lifestyle. But yeah, I definitely pulled more away from it at that age.
I don't know. I that's where from fifth grade upwards into like probably I was 19.
Yeah.
I had gotten into hunting, farming, driving four-wheelers, tearing down the dirt roads with picking up, when I got my pickup truck, all that kind of stupid shit. I got into the country boy life.
You fully embraced it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're just, 6'4" in high school, already starting to grow a beard, built like a brick shit house, as one of my uncles keeps saying to me. I fully went into it. Yeah. But also, like, the town I grew up in didn't have anything to do besides go to the park or run around the fucking
That's
gravel
true.
roads
In
at most of
towns
that
like
point.
that, it's kind of like, what do you do? There's not really a nightlife, and
Yeah.
it's, you know,
You had to drive almost 45 minutes to one of the other, the city that I was in for like maybe 2 years of my life.
Yeah.
Most of my life has been nothing but small towns.
Yeah.
So you just kind of get into it, I guess. But like, yeah, it was fun. But like, I was easy to entertain myself. Like, I was the type of kid, like, me and Nathan, God, if he ever comes across this podcast, he'd probably kill me. But we go out on the creek and we literally would loosen our belts on our pants slightly and
Hmm.
find like different sticks and stuff that look and shape them into swords and guns. And we would go through the creek pretending like we're in a zombie apocalypse or some
Oh
stupid
gosh.
shit. And we're like 16. We shouldn't be doing that stupid shit.
I can't say anything. I was still occasionally playing with my toys when I was like 50.
Yeah,
So.
I
Mhm.
was too. But thing is, that's like for Nathan, it was so fun because he didn't play with toys. He played video games, but then he would do the
Yeah.
whole stupid imaginary stuff with sticks and crap.
That's the part. That's the way he liked to fuel his imagination. He liked to go
Yeah,
outside and do stuff like that. Mhm.
like we'd jump off rocks and do flips and shit, and try to do these like pretend like we're doing these cool like action zombie killing moves with the gun with sticks that look like guns. Or we got really good at pretending to strike each other with like we'd find sticks that aren't actually sword length, but they would look like hilts, and
Yeah.
we pretend they were lightsabers, and we got really good at like stopping at the right point in the air of like lightsaber battling.
Oh God.
Like we weren't hitting anything together, but we just got so good at lights, like invisible lightsaber battling. That was that was my teenage years between that and field parties. So I still kept a lot of the nerd stuff from my childhood to preteens and my teen years for sure.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, they're still here in my adult age now, but like, but yeah, I think I only had like 1 year right before the country going all country that I was in the like the emo gothic phase.
I hit that phase like my sophomore year of high school, but I got
Mm,
really, I got really depressed that year, and so that's kind of what triggered it. And then even though I wasn't really depressed anymore the rest of the high school, I still was kind of embracing that emo type
yeah,
personality, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, music. So
yeah.
guess
I
that's just
still
because I'm dramatic. So
I got into the music and I've kept that musical taste.
yeah,
Because I still like the music, but I mean, I like a lot of the music that I picked up through different phases,
I still
and
like
that's
the
what stayed
music
with me.
from my teenage years, but admittedly, I don't really listen to it much anymore. But I do like it. It's just I don't really ever go out of my way
I
to
I
it.
do when I get a hankering for it. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? This is the type of music mood I'm in today.
Yeah.
Um, but I still had like some of my outfits from my emo days. Uh, I moved when I moved over to when I moved to Kansas and where I met my wife. Her little brother, because my wife was wearing this red and black zip up hoodie jacket.
Hmm.
For some reason, he kept being. I guess he's probably he's trying to be a pain in her ass, but kept calling her emo. And I was like, and she told me like, nah, I'm about to show him. I literally went through all my clothes and pulled out all the old shit,
Yeah.
full on done it, the nails, everything, brought the whole phase back out, and done that for 2 to 3 days just to show him what an emo is.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went to from that to a gothic phase again because I started getting right back into like black button up shirt, long sleeve
Yeah.
shirts, and
I never really went through a gothic phase. So
yeah. Only thing I didn't do fully in the gothic phase was the face makeup,
yeah.
and that's because that shit was too expensive, and I was a broke bitch.
Yeah, that is true. It is expensive, but yeah, I admittedly I never really did the whole emo attire really, but that's mostly due more to my mom not letting me. where
Was you
that
the
kind of
hoodie emo?
yeah, I did. I basically went as far as I could get away with it. I had an emo hairstyle, emo-ish hairstyle, and I did the hoodie thing where I
Yeah,
always had a hoodie on. Even in summer, I was always wearing a hoodie. And
yeah,
and then, but yeah, I definitely wanted to dye my hair black. I wanted a lot of piercings and stuff like that. Definitely wanted, and I wore a lot of darker clothes, but I probably could have went way darker. But but yeah, that was about as far as I
I'm
went.
trying to
It was really
image
more
you as an
lifestyle
emo.
wise. It was really more like mindset and lifestyle wise. I
Yeah.
thought very dramatic, like, and I was definitely into a lot of like dramatic music. Not always emo music. Sometimes it was just rock music with very dramatic lyrics. So
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But yeah, you
Yeah.
trying to imagine me as an emo? Yeah.
I'm trying to like
I'm still dramatic now as an adult. I'm just more adult dramatic instead of teenage dramatic, you know.
you're more
I
of a
don't
drama king.
yeah, when I was a teenager I tried to force the edgy thing, but now that I'm
Yeah.
older it's just more like griping and complaining like an adult would, you know. So
Oh yeah, like because I had gotten to the where I lost my weight because I was a chubby kid,
mhm.
and then got into the emo phase, and then I started getting working on a farm again. My mom got with this one guy who had a cattle farm, and then I could put up all the emo clothes and everything. They kind of forced me into being, working on a farm, and you can't really work on the farm and that type of attire.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a good idea.
And like, skinny jeans and skater shoes do not do good out in muddy fields.
Yeah.
So, I started wearing boots and looser pants, have more range of motion,
Yeah.
normal color clothes. That's how I was
See, I think I
basically
would rather wear tighter pants than looser pants out in the field because I feel like they would fall off of me easier. Than,
looser in the legs.
oh yeah, I guess yeah, yeah. Like more boot cut, yeah.
Yeah, not like gangster pants.
Yeah. Because
I've
I
never
wore
been
a
into
lot of
those.
loose. I went through that phase in my preteen years. I wore a lot of baggy. I wore like the skater clothes, baggy pants, baggy shirts. Yeah, long shaggy hair. Yeah.
The only thing I would wear, and I hate that I'm going to admit this, besides when I was in my emo phase, the only thing else I'd wear besides the skinny jeans and that shit
Hmm.
is when I would go skating a lot of times, I'd wear jorts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd
I
wear the
always I
loose,
always wore pants, so never the
nah.
shorts. So
Yeah, I used to wear jorts. I actually liked them.
yeah,
So like for me, it was a lot of a phase, I guess. I don't know. Like I don't think I got like the time to really get into it 100%
yeah,
because like I said, it was only about like a year that I got into doing that lifestyle. And then I was basically forced out.
yeah,
And then, started playing football and I got bulked up. Once you're bulked up and muscular, you can't wear sneakers. Like you look fucking weird. I mean, you can, but to me,
the
you
way
look
you
fucking
said
weird.
that. That's funny.
But
Like you can't really wear that. You look kind of weird wearing that. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, but like, yeah. And I don't even know what the hell my like childhood era clothing was like.
I still
I,
remember what I wore, but it was really just whatever was in my closet. But I do remember a lot of my clothes, a lot of shorts, and I wore a lot of shorts and tank tops. Yeah, so
I think the reason I don't much of it is because my mom was so heavily, she just done everything. I just wore whatever the hell she bought.
yeah, it was
Which,
essentially what my mom bought. Yeah, just like here you go, here's some clothes, and I just wore them.
yeah, because like I know a lot of people like I've talked to, they're like, oh, my parents, even, once I got into like, I was like 8 or 10, they started letting me buy my own clothes or pick out my own clothes. And
Yeah,
I'm like, bitch, I didn't buy, pick out my own fucking clothes until I was after being a preteen, like preteen maybe ish up.
yeah. I would say I was roughly a preteen when I started, or at least assisting with picking out my own clothes. My mom would still be there, but I'd be like, no, I don't want those. I want these right here. You know. So
Yeah, my mom wasn't like that.
yeah. As long as and she'd buy as long as it wasn't expensive, she'd be okay with buying them. So like if it was too much, she'd be like, "Yeah, we're not getting that. I don't care how much you want
Bro, I was that Dollar General emo.
it."
Like
Oh,
I
this
didn't
email just went to the dollar store.
yeah. Like I wasn't able to go to the
We
Hot
went
Topic and
we went to Old Navy a
Spencer's.
lot, which is not really good for emo clothes, and that's probably the reason why my attire didn't really fit that. It would have been better if I went, yeah, somewhere else. But that's just where.
Oh,
So,
majority of my fucking clothes growing up came straight from Walmart.
oh yeah, when I was a kid, I wore a lot of Walmart clothes, but when I was a teenager, we never really shopped at Walmart for clothes. So,
I don't know, my mom still did.
we still, yeah, we went to Old Navy a lot, and we went. Sometimes we'd go to like Target and buy some clothes.
Yeah. But luckily, Walmart still had somewhat skinny jeans.
Yeah, they did.
They were black. They had more like decal shirts and darker clothes.
I
So
mean,
like,
buy some stuff there, like maybe if it was just a plain t-shirt, yeah, Walmart's fine. Or if you're buying just like underwear or something, yeah, Walmart's fine for that. But yeah, when you're wearing like you're picking out something specific like a
man,
graphic tee or your specific type of pants, yeah, we went to Old Navy typically. So
the funniest thing, like I wore more expensive clothes as a country boy than as any other version of myself. Because
supposed yeah, it's supposed to go the opposite way, right? Yeah.
well, thing is, like I'd shop, because the guy my mom was with, my farm boss,
Hmm.
he shopped for all his clothes at Orsolan's and Atwoods and all those places
Ah, yeah.
because they're heavy duty farm clothes,
Yeah,
overalls, boots,
right. Pretty
you
durable.
know. Yeah.
Mm.
So they were more expensive because of that. But they were also like, I wore some like, Carhartt. That's when I got into those kind of things. And that's because he bought them and he had money.
Yeah. If you got somebody with a decent amount of money buying it for you, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah. I went from Walmart kid to a Tractor Supply clothing guy.
Yeah, I knew some kids in high school that you could tell they bought a lot of their clothes at probably a store like that. They got the full on,
Hmm.
especially on Fridays. If they were ever going hunting on the weekend, they'd have the full camo suit going on. And I'm like, "You're
Hmm.
about to go hunting, aren't you?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready."
I
Mm-hmm.
think the most time my mom would spend like expensive clothes is like
Yeah.
at the start of the school year. We would do like Old Navy,
Hmm.
the Target, because
Yeah.
Target,
Right
have,
before school started was always a big clothes shopping time. Yeah.
yep. And then after the rest of the year, there was all cheap Walmart shit to replace it.
Yeah. Just like you get the Walmart clothes. Yeah. That's all I can
Like you
afford.
you you tore up the good ones already. You get the cheap
Yeah.
shit now.
I
And
can't
I
really
say
remember.
good, but like
Shoes
decent.
wise, I think we usually went to Payless for the shoes usually.
I did some Walmart shoes, and
Yeah,
if they had a sale deal, my mom needed new shoes, then we'd go to something like one of the
JC
Shoe
Penney sometimes we went
Carnival,
to get
JC
shoes.
Penney's or Shoe Carnival.
Hmm.
I'd only get good shoes from those
I didn't
once my
even know what Shoe Carnival was until I was older. I'd never heard of that place
yeah.
until I got older. So
What's that one that's over here in the plaza? That's by Walmart.
Buy Walmart. I don't know.
Where the Pizza Hut and stuff was. Or Pizza Inn or whatever. Or
Where the
Cece's
old
Pizza.
Walmart was? Yeah.
Yeah.
That there is a Shoe Carnival over there, but that came when I got older.
Yeah.
I
But
can't
yeah,
remember what that store was before.
but yeah, that was basically the time I got actual top of the line shoes is because they were, oh, buy one shoe, get one free.
Yeah.
And my mom needed shoes, so she went ahead and used the deal so I could get it if my sister didn't need new shoes.
Yeah. Payless would have stuff like that too. That's why sometimes we'd
Yeah.
go there. You could get like some, or sometimes they'd have them half off or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm. Instead of
But
paying like $20, which back then was a lot of money for shoes, and they'd be like $10. So
talking about this, now I'm looking back. The reason my mom did that is because she's always like, oh, you're so hard on shoes, you tear them up, or eat quickly.
Hmm.
But now looking back, because like pair of shoes I have now, I've had for 2 years, and they're just now getting torn up because my freaking dog keeps chewing on them.
Yeah,
And
my
I'm
shoes will
thinking
last a
like,
while now, but that's because my feet aren't growing anymore.
yeah, and that too, like I was rapidly growing.
Yeah, kids will
But then
grow
I
out
was
of
thinking
shoes real quick.
like, probably wouldn't have gone through them as quickly if you didn't buy me Walmart shoes, Mom.
Oh yeah, Walmart shoes will tear up really quick. Yeah.
I think about it, like if she would have at least once a year spent
Especially
the
those
little
cheaper ones.
extra, yeah.
Yeah. I know some people don't like to spend a lot of money on shoes. I was like, well, you don't have to spend a lot, but if you'll spend a little bit more, they'll last so much longer. So,
I mean, it's almost like you get what you pay for.
yeah,
You know, nowadays getting what you pay for ain't really. Ah, spend $200 on a pair of shoes and they break within a month.
yeah.
Wow, I gotta buy me some new shoes. I don't want to do it. My wife keeps getting on to me. You need new shoes. They're tearing apart. You need new shoes. You've had these forever.
I've had mine
I
a
just,
while, but they're actually still holding out on me. So, and they're not
uh,
uncomfortable or anything. So I've still kept them.
I just keep telling her, no, just give me new insoles. They're fine.
I do this weird thing now where I'm like a shoe hoarder. I don't like to throw away my old shoes when I'm done wearing them. So like
Okay.
I have a closet full of old shoes that I don't wear anymore. I'm like, why
Wow.
do I always ask myself that when I see I'm like, why do I keep these? But I just can't bring myself to throw them away. It feels like there's like some kind of weird sentimental value to them, but there's not. It's just like I can't bring
Well,
myself to throw them away.
I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, I guess if your pair of shoes that are now tear up and don't have the money, you just put one of them on.
Yeah, that's true. I even have a pair that I never really got a chance to wear all that much, and they're not even that worn out. And they were expensive too. They cost me over $200, and
Dang.
they're still just sitting in the closet. So, because
What?
those were Supras. That's why they were so expensive. You know those
Ah,
Justin Bieber shoes back in the day.
yeah. I tried that fit for like that more like poppy skater shoe style
Yeah,
looking thing. I don't know what they
mainstream
call
skater, like
it. Yeah.
mainstream skater clothes. Yeah, Forever 21, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I tried that. Like, I even had a girlfriend at the time that tried to get me to start, shop at Rue 21 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know I lost a lot of my muscle mass, but like, they don't have shit that fits me at that point. They don't have shit that fits a 6'4" tall dude. Like,
Yeah.
she wanted to dress me up and have those like somewhere between like the high top. Like, what were they? Oh, what are they
High
called?
tops. Yeah.
Well, no, they're about as high as the high tops, but they were like,
Oh, like mid tops.
oh, I'm trying to remember what they were. What they were. This is gonna kill me.
Mm, I don't know. Like are you talking about like the Vans style where it
Maybe.
comes up like maybe right below ankle, I guess you could say. I always like the high tops when I was young. I don't really wear those much anymore, but like when I say high tops, I wore them that like they came all the way up like to like I don't know how to explain it, but like almost to my calves they came up so high. So
Yeah. Well, like I know for the longest time they were like worn by like a lot of like pop stars.
hmm
They had like the thick ass like bottoms, and they almost went up like high tops, but they were more flared out.
yeah.
I don't know what they were called.
I don't know. If I saw a picture of them, I might know, but yeah.
That's what I'm trying to look for is a picture.
Also like basketball shoes. That's the kind I have now. Mine are like more the 90s style basketball shoes, like the classic like Michael Jordan shoes. Those are the kinds I like, the old school 90s basketball
Yeah.
ones. So
I know Justin
I don't like not modern day basketball shoes as much.
I know Justin Bieber wore them a lot.
Yeah. A lot of
But like
rappers wear that kind of stuff too.
yeah, they were because they were almost like again, like basketball shoes, they were almost like basketball shoes fused with high tops.
Yeah.
Like some of them had a little bit of laces and they had the straps around the top.
hmm
I
Yeah,
cannot remember for the life of me
yeah.
what they're fucking called.
Mm.
but she tried to get me to wearing that shit. And I'm like, at least I'm used to skater shoes since they're flat in the bottom.
Yeah. Skater
So
shoes and
like,
basketball shoes are my favorites to wear.
yeah. And I'm like, it's
I did
just
go
with
through a work boot phase in my like mid to late 20s. Always wore work boots. Even when I wasn't at
I
work,
did
I'd be
too.
wearing work boots all the time. I'm like, why do I wear these? But for some reason, I wanted to wear them. So,
It got really bad for me once my stepdad gave me his old boots.
yeah.
'Cause they were still like I wore them for another 3 years and they were so fucking comfortable. They were steel toe work boots.
Yeah, it was always steel toe I would wear.
And they were like 300, almost 400
Yeah.
bucks. And he ended up getting a new better pair through his work. And I had just started working factory jobs and he gave me them because all mine kept tearing up and I couldn't. And most of my factory work was temporary, so I didn't make the full-time money like he did.
Yeah.
So, as I was working for 7.25 an hour and he was making like 14, 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And you're talking about like 2012,
Right. That's good money back then. Yeah.
13. And so he ended up giving me those and God, they were so comfortable. It's like, yep, these are good. Like I could walk all over town, my
Yeah.
feet never hurt.
That's probably the
And
reason
go
why
to
wore them all the time because they were comfortable and I just liked the way they looked. So I just kept wearing them. So, mm,
I mean, there are some uncomfortable work shoes,
yeah. Some of the
like
cheaper ones were a bit
like
more
the
uncomfortable.
Walmart work shoes.
Yeah.
And so when you buy the Walmart ones, you like spend a little extra, like pay like 80 bucks for another pair, some for just insoles to add to it
Yeah.
to make it somewhat comfortable to work on for fucking 8 to 12 hour shifts,
Yeah.
6 to 7 days a week in some fucking factories. Wow.
Oh God, yeah. I remember those days in my early 20s.
I don't miss them.
Oh, I don't miss that either. I will, if I can avoid it, I will never work in another plant or factory again. So,
Yeah. It's just one of those things. Yeah. I still just can't believe that my most expensive clothing style was fucking farm clothes.
that's when your clothes get more expensive. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't really know which ones that would have been the most expensive for all the styles I wore over the years. I don't really know. Just kind of varies, I guess. So, because I mean, when I was a kid slash teenager, I doubt most of my clothes were that all that much because we didn't have that much money when I was growing up. But I
Yeah.
mean, I did buy some more expensive clothes when I got older, but I wouldn't say they were that expensive. So I don't know. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. And now, like everything I would want to wear that used to be cheap is now so expensive.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Some decent clothes now are pretty high. Now you could still buy the cheap stuff, like all the stuff that's produced on the assembly lines in China, essentially. But like
I can't
some
because they're
actually
never long
decent
enough.
clothes, yeah, and they always fit kind of funny too. Even like I'll buy a shirt or something on Amazon, and it never fits quite right. So it's cheap, but
Like
just doesn't fit very well. So
I have one shirt now that actually right now that actually fits me properly, lengthwise
yeah,
and everything, and it's starting to tear up. All my other shirts like I wear to work, they're not long enough. Like
yeah,
I will not wear them without the work long enough.
yeah,
So like I absolutely have like no clothes because
yeah.
like
I'm
buying
pretty low on
one
clothes myself.
because it's like 40 to 50 bucks for one of those fucking shirts.
I know, and that's just for one. If you actually want to buy a full set of clothes, you're looking at some good money. So,
Yeah. Like I don't even think I have pants anymore that fits me properly.
I'm down to all my sweatpants now. That's pretty much what I wear every day. So,
Yeah. Oh, did you ever get into the cargo pants phase?
not really. I had worn some off and on, but I never really like wore them like on a regular basis.
Yeah, I got into a few months where I started wearing cargo pants and cargo shorts. because it went from I started wearing cargo shorts that summer because I was like, oh, cool, like all the pockets because I wore cargo shorts as a kid and I really liked them.
Yeah.
And as the winter came in, I was like, you know what? I'm really liking the cargo stuff. So I bought cargo jeans that,
Yeah.
but I guess technically now I'm in a sense still wearing cargo pants because my work pants are the
Yeah.
cargo ones. So like, but and then I just went right. Didn't take me long to go straight back to just blue jeans.
Yeah. I stopped wearing blue jeans after I graduated high school. I don't, ever since I tried to rewear them again, I think it was like in my late, like when I started pushing like my mid 20s, and they were just, I was like, how did I ever wear these? They're so uncomfortable to me anyway. I was like, I just don't like them. They're uncomfortable to sit in and like walk around in to me.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I will never go back to wearing blue jeans again. But I wore them all the time when I was in high school. I always wore blue jeans. So
yeah, now I'm kind of that, like that typical big dude that just like rounds around his house either without a shirt, just some kind of like almost like thin fabric shorts
yeah.
kind of guy. Like, I'm not going anywhere,
Oh yeah.
and
When
I
I'm
do
around
go
the house,
out.
I just wear whatever. Yeah.
And half the times my wife's like, "Oh, you want to go out to do something today?" I'll throw on my basketball shorts
Yeah.
and the one shirt that's long enough.
But let me go grab my one shirt that actually fits me decently. Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's got a big ass fucking tear in the middle of my
I
chest,
actually
like
have quite a
all
few
my fucking
shirts, but I just don't have that many pants. So I need more
yeah,
pants. So
yeah. So like that one, it's the one shirt that I can actually wear out that's long enough, and it's got a hole in the chest, so all my chest hairs poke through it. I'm like, and now I'm out of shade. Like, motherfucker, I don't want to go to a fucking Chinese buffet. I look like the typical average fat guy now. Motherfucker.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's what happens when you don't work out for like 3 years, 3 to 4
Yeah.
years straight. COVID really fucked me up on my weight gain. And I really need to get back into actually lose my weight, but I'm just so fucking lazy now.
Yeah.
I told my wife that if this podcast kicks off and my company kicks off, I'm going to take like 2 years. If it, it takes up the point I don't have to go to a job every day.
Yeah.
I'm going to take 2 whole years and I'm hitting the fucking gym
Just
actively.
just make the gym be your job. Yeah.
Yeah. And once those 2 years are up, then me and her can go travel around the world and actually do a honeymoon.
Yeah.
If we don't have a kid by then, because that
Yeah.
could be, a year from now, 4 or 5 years from now. You never know.
Yeah.
Or it all could just flop and we're both just stuck at Tyson security for the rest of our lives.
Oh God.
Retire from there or die.
I really hope that I don't retire as a security guard. That is like I would like if I made it to that point where it was time to retire and I was still a security guard, I'd be like, I have failed. I have failed at something.
God.
I'm okay right now because I'm still in my 30s, but like if I got to that point though, I'd be like, I feel like a failure.
Well, like I can't say that because like I'm successfully owning my own house.
Yeah. Not that
I'm
I want to clarify, I'm not knocking anybody that's older and is a security guard. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not something I want to do. I don't want to retire as a security guard. So,
now if you've already retired and then you decide to do a security job just to have something extra,
oh yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Like if I get to the retiring age and I decided like say, the podcast stuff and we're doing it, we're like, oh, we're too fucking old to keep this podcast stuff going on. We're like 64 years old. No one wants to hear two old farts talking.
You'd be surprised.
Right? I know, but like
Well, other old farts might want to listen to this. Start
Uh,
complaining about stuff of the modern day times. Oh, this freaking Gen Delta or whatever they're gonna be doing
whatever.
this time. Yeah. And everybody, all the other older people. Yeah, I know, right? They're horrible. They're not like when we were younger. Yeah.
Uh, that's when the podcast will go from Barf City to Two Old Farts.
A
That's when the
Barf
name
City,
changed.
aka two old farts complaining. Yeah.
Yeah, the new Barf City, Two Old Farts.
I miss back in the day when we didn't have freaking robots doing everything for us too. All this stuff breaking down half the time.
I don't know. If you get to the point that they're actually good, I'd be like, "What are you talking about, man? Like, my robot's massaging my foot right now. I'm too old to do anything else."
Well, if it actually worked correctly, it would be. I'd have no problem with it.
Right.
But it's like half that crap breaks down all the time. So
Hopefully by the time we're retired, the
they'll get it
robots are
figured out.
decent.
Yeah.
Because like I want to hope that I die before my wife. Because like if me and her are together to the point we're both retired and that fucking old, if she dies first, I'm like, people might as well take me out to pasture too. Like at that point, I ain't gonna be able to do shit without her unless I can have a robot that does everything that she did. I
Well, you
become
probably don't want it
way
doing everything she did.
well. I mean,
Sorry, bad joke.
mean,
I know what you mean. I just had to take it there. So,
I'm not dead, so like,
I'm so lonely.
because like I've done told my wife if me and her ever something ever happens between us or she dies or whatever, I'm never getting into that person again. I'm done with all the relationship stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not even going out being a man more again. I'm like, I'm just gonna be a hermit.
This is my home now. I'm sitting right here.
Yeah,
So,
this is my bowl. It's a nice bowl.
well, that's about all the time we have for today. So,
No.
I know,
Oh
right?
wow. All right, comment down below. Your favorite or most weirdest style phase. And were you a Walmart kid or were you like, high end kid, You know who you are.
How much money did your parents have? That's what he's asking.
Did you get the good clothes or did you
Yeah.
get those sheep, the crappy crap like a lot of people did?
Yeah. The reject stuff. Some people were shopping at the thrift store. They get
I've never had to do that.
I refused to wear thrift store clothes when I was a kid. Actually, I was a bit of a snob when it came to that. If I found out my mom bought something at a thrift store, I never wore it. I'm like, I'm not wearing that. So, and she never knows that even to this day. She has no idea I've refused to wear those. I just didn't tell her. So.
But with that being said, hopefully you're not a thrift store baby, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Welcome to the city where chaos thrives. Kevin and Eric keep people alive. Random talks and stories collide. Bar City Anthem, let's take a ride. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Guitars, drum, and synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Bar City legends shining like a star. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Guitars, drum, and synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Bar City legends shining like a star. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow.